Okay, we're continuing our football club history series. We're back in London for this one. We've done a video on their biggest rivals in Arsenal. This is Tottenham Hotspur's video. Now, they've been going 140 years to the day as I'm recording this video. They were founded on the 5th of September 1882. Obviously, White Hart Lane has been completely redeveloped. It's now officially known as the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, currently seating 62,850. And Spurs have a very, very interesting history, very successful history, and in more recent times, I think, frustrating with the lack of silverware. They haven't won a trophy for a very, very long time, 14 years, and that lack of success is, quite frankly, frustrating as a neutral, not only for Spurs fans, but as a neutral. Although in recent years, they have been above Arsenal in the league, and they have made a Champions League final not that long ago. So let's delve into the fun facts, let's delve into the success, and then we'll briefly mention the European Super League. I should have done that with a few other club history videos, but I think with Spurs, with them signing up to it, they sort of took a lot of criticism and a lot of heat on social media for agreeing to sign up to that attempted European Super League. But let's break it down. So they're founded in 1882, 140 years ago, and they joined the Football League in 1908. Interesting fact, fun fact, they're the only non-league club to win the FA Cup after the formation of the Football League. They did that in the 1900-1901 season. They're the first British club to win 2 major European trophies. They, along with Manchester United, are the only 2 clubs to win major trophies in every decade between the 1950s and the 2000s. They're the 9th highest earning revenue club. That's not profit or loss, that's revenue. That's a complete difference to profit. And that was set in 2020 at 390.9 million. And they're the first club in the 20th century in England to do the League and FA Cup double in the 1960-61 season. And now let's have a look at their silverware. And it's a great history. The 60s, if you look at their silverware, is their best decade. They win their most silverware in the 60s. More recent times, it has been frustrating. They have not won a trophy for 14 years. That has got to be a frustration for Spurs fans and neutrals, because they've been so close in recent times to winning silverware again. They've come up short, and that is a frustration. But let's have a look at their history. So let's look at their league history. They've won the league title twice, which is very surprising. I'm very, very surprised they've only won it twice. That, considering the amount of silverware they've won, that is quite stunning. They first won it in the 1950-51 season, and then 10 years later they win it in the 60-61 season. So only 2 league titles, which is a disappointment, I personally think. FA Cup is where they have a lot of their success. The 60s, they win it a lot. So the FA Cup they win in the 1900-1901 season is, again, as I say, the only time a non-league club since the formation of the Football League has ever won the FA Cup. They win it again 20 years later in the 1920-21 season, when they are a Football League club. Then there's a long 40-year wait until the 60-61 season where they do the League and Cup double. They repeat that again, they back it up in the 61-62 season and in the 66-67 season. So they win it 3 times in the 60s. And then the 80s, they win it twice, the 1980-81 and 81-82 season. And the last time they won it was in the 1990-1991 season. So it's been a long time since they've won the FA Cup, and they have come close and come up short in semi-finals in recent memory. The League Cup, they've had a fair bit of success. 2 trophies in the League Cup in the 70s, in the 70-71 season and the 72-73 season. They win the League Cup twice in the 70s. They win it again in the late 90s, in the 98-99 season. Then there's a gap, and this is their last major trophy, is this piece of silverware. The 2007-2008 League Cup is their last major silverware. 14 years and 15 seasons since they lifted that trophy. That's been a very, very long time. And they've come up short in League Cup finals. They've come up short in FA Cup semi-finals. They've come up short in Champions League finals. They've come up short in the league. They've been very, very close, but not quite got over the line in more recent times. The Charity Shield, again, they've won that a lot as well. 1921, 1951, 1961, 1962, 1967, 1981, and 1991. Now we get to their European success. They've won, 3 European titles. They won the Cup Winners Cup in the 62-63 season, and they won the old UEFA Cup, which is now the Europa League, in the 1971-72 season, and the 83-84 season. So they were a pretty good side in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. They haven't kicked on in the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s. They've been a top side. They have obviously played in the Champions League. Obviously, they got that Champions League. They were in that final. They were runners-up in the 2018-2019 Champions League final. They've been close, and this is the frustration. Very successful side historically. Not as successful in the league as they should have been, but in the cup competitions, very, very successful. And of course, their biggest rivals are Arsenal, who've had obviously a lot more success than they have, which is a frustration. However, in recent seasons, they have been above Arsenal in the league, and they've got local bragging rights. But this is the interesting bit that I think damaged the reputation of a lot of clubs, not just Tottenham, was the attempt to form the European Super League last summer, just before the men's Euros. And Spurs, on social media, took a lot of criticism. And Big Six, they haven't won anything since 2008. And yeah, that criticism is justified. But then you look at the revenue the club is now bringing in. Ninth highest revenue earning club out of the top clubs all across Europe this season before they attempt to form the European Super League. They have the financial clout to do it. They've been to a Champions League final. They've won a lot of success historically. The thing is, they've underachieved in the last 30 years, I think. Anyone can agree that they have massively underachieved in recent years. Yes, they've been to some League Cup finals in recent years. Yes, they've been to a Champions League final, but they've fallen short in the league. They've come close but fallen short. They fell short in the Champions League final. They fell short in several League Cup finals, including the season before last. They have come up short. And that is a frustration as they can't start winning again, winning that silverware. They are close, but no cigar. But historically, yes, a hell of a lot of success. A lot of fun facts in there. And maybe this could be their season. They've got Antonio Conte as manager. They've had a good start to the season. They and Arsenal have both had a very good start to the season, in fact. They're in the Champions League again. They have a very good chance this season to win silverware, but we've been saying that for a long time, and that is the frustrating thing with Tottenham Hotspur, is we've been saying that they have a chance to win silverware, they're close to winning silverware, and then they don't quite do it. Can Antonio Conte, as manager this season and going forward, be the manager that brings silverware back to Tottenham Hotspur, back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, obviously White Hart Lane for traditionalists? Can he be the manager that brings silverware back to Spurs? Because it's been a very, very long time. 14 years is too long. And it's even longer since they won the league, longer since they won the FA Cup, longer since they've had success in Europe. Can he be the guy to do it? Can Harry Kane and Son and others be the squad that does it? Because they've come up short too many times. And that is a criticism of this Spurs side. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.